What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge Softball Edition. First, big thanks to everyone that's watching this video. That means you found our channel. Hopefully, you have also subscribed to our channel, turn on your notifications, and like and comment through these videos. OU softball, a lot of veteran leadership combined with an enormous amount of newcomers on this year's squad, from new incoming freshmen to new veterans. And Riley Ludlam and Carly Keeney, and just a lot of newcomers on this team. So we're starting a weekly video where we will talk about the newcomer of this past week. And there's many options this week, Hunter and Jay, because the newcomers, whether they were out of the portal or just new to OU, freshmen to college, really shined this past week at the Mary Nutter Classic in the 5 games.
Yeah, Mary Nutter, one of the premier tournaments in all of college softball. That's the one that people really make a name for themselves. You seeing, especially the senior class, you mentioned all the veterans at Oklahoma. This is their last one. They've really started their career at Mary Nutter over 4 years ago, and now for it to be their last one. So full circle for them. And then the newcomers. You had the freshmen. Ella Parker was great this weekend. Carly Keeney, first Mary Nutter as a Sooner, was fantastic in her start today. And then you also have Riley Ludlam, go yard in game 1 on Sunday. Big-time performance for her. Just one of many newcomers to have a big-time weekend this weekend at the Mary Nutter.
Yeah, and Ella Parker, I mean, as a freshman to do what she's already doing, I think super impressive. And here's the thing, right now, the experience she's gaining right now is going to be huge for the future for Oklahoma. But she's at a big advantage right now because if you go back and look at her high school career, she was feared. They did not pitch to her very often. I mean, go look at her stats. At bat-wise, I mean, she walked, I think it was something like 40% of the time. They did not want to pitch to her, okay?
She got Oklahoma, Barry Bonds treatment in high school.
Yeah. At Oklahoma, you have to pitch to her. There's too many weapons. And she is capitalizing on it, very much so. And it's really starting to pick up steam, I think. And I just look for her to have a tremendous season.
Yeah, on the weekend, Ella Parker went 7 for 15 at the plate on the season. Batting averages over 400 at about 417. And then big thing, 462 with runners in scoring position. Mm-hmm. That's clutch. That's hard for anyone to do it when it matters most. But for a true freshman, Ella Parker, I mean, like you said, Jay, you got to pitch to her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. With runners in scoring position, good chance she's knocking them in.
Yeah, and out of the newcomers, really the two that have got the most run has been Cassidy Pickering and Ella Parker, 2 freshmen. I will say Riley Ludlam has been excellent when she's played. And listen, one thing unique about, I would say more so Ludlam and Parker, is they're basically utility defenders. They can play multiple positions, which means they are really making a case that they can be very valuable in many different areas. And if other people struggle, they're going to find a way to be in the lineup one way or the other. But listen, everyone talked about Cassie Pickering, deservedly so. She was great in the fall battle series. Ella Parker this last weekend was unbelievable, though.
Yeah, and also, if you look at her batting average throughout high school, okay? I mean, we're talking mid-600s, guys. I mean, and sometimes that doesn't – and I would say a lot of times coming in as a freshman – it doesn't translate into right-away success, but she has done that because she's that good of a player. She's an exceptional, outstanding talent is what she is. And for her to be putting up these numbers as a freshman, and today, man, I mean, the bombs today, I mean, almost 3 home runs. I just don't know. It's going to be tough for her to not be in the lineup all the time. She's that good. I mean, I know she's a freshman, but she's too good.
Yeah, she's third in the team on RBIs right now as a true freshman. And she has 13 on the year. 7 of those came this weekend at the Mary Nutter. That's impressive. 3 home runs, 2 of them this weekend at the Mary Nutter. So really, welcome to college softball, Ella Parker. She already wasn't introduced after the first week, and she had a really good weekend down in Puerto Vallarta as well. And yeah, like you said, to be able to do this as a true freshman, especially with the amount of talent Oklahoma has. I mean, it's hard for a true freshman to play anywhere, and then especially at Oklahoma. You look at the bats that they have. I mean, there's really good bats on the bench right now for Oklahoma. But I mean, anywhere else, if they played anywhere else, they're probably the best bat on the team. They're on the bench at Oklahoma. So Ella Parker, to be able to navigate through all of that is impressive, and is really kind of separating herself as maybe the best player in that 23 class of the 4 freshmen on OU.
Yeah. And Cassidy Pickering wasn't shabby this week either.
No.
Several hits, but you don't use the term generational talent very often. It's not a term that is used too much. In fact, it's rarely used, and it's usually accurate when it is. And that's what the Notre Dame high school coach said about Ella Parker, was a generational talent. And she's proving that. But I do want to mention 2 other newcomers before we say who this newcomer of the week is, who we got as the newcomer of the week. But listen, guys, Carly Keeney and Peyton Monticelli, two pitchers that obviously Gasso, Rocha, and company went and knew what they wanted, because Carly Keeney has pitched maybe more innings than anyone on staff. She's a veteran, and she's been massive and monumental for the Sooners' 14-0 start. And then Peyton Monticelli has this niche where, I mean, she comes in, just throws gas, and is really explosive with her pitching and her rise ball. I don't want to finish this video with at least giving credit to those 2 newcomers on the pitching staff.
Yeah, Carly Keeney, another just fantastic performance. No runs allowed. ERA still sitting at 0. That's through however many games, 14 games now. That's impressive. 4.2 innings of scoreless softball. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You're playing at the Mary Nutter. That's everyone's giving you your best shot there. To be able to do that, only allow 4 hits, and then Peyton Monticelli coming in to really shut the door on Seattle. Faced 5, struck out 3, had 1 walk in there. It's an impressive performance for Peyton Monticelli in those 1 1/3 innings pitched today.
Yeah, and Keeney, I'm surprised with the injury. She had her finger, how quickly she's come on, and
that was the big question mark going.
That was the question mark, and we hadn't seen her. Everyone knew she could pitch, but what I love about Keeney is that she can come in mid-game and go the rest of the game. She can start. I mean, she's very. You can use her for different purposes. Now, Monticelli, so far, they've pretty much used her as a 1 or 2 inning come in, change up what the batters are seeing, and it's worked to perfection. And Monticelli, I think her energy, her kind of the way she carries herself on the mound is super exciting, and it's super exciting for the players, and it will pay a huge dividend in a game down the road when it's a tight game, I promise you, where she'll come in, get 3 outs, yell at the sideline, and they'll go score some runs to take a lead or something. It will happen.
Well, yeah, it already has, and some of the games that have been close. Monticelli got big strikeouts in those games, and we woke up the offense. It's time to go. Once Monticelli puts up a 0 on the board, it's time to go put some runs of your own up. And yeah, Carly Keeney right now is really the 4th option for Oklahoma. That's just, it's insane. It's scary, as
crazy.
Patty Gasso said. Like, I mean, how do you prepare for that? Like, I mean, if you're looking at the front end of the rotation, you're going against Nicole May, who's a senior, one of the best pitchers in the country and has been for a few years now. Kelly Maxwell, another senior, another top pitcher in the country. Kirsten Deal, who has been lights out these last 2 outings for her. and then Carly Keeney, who's a senior, know what she can do. She shut down Oklahoma last year, only allowing 1 run when she went against them, and so far hasn't allowed a run this year.
Yeah, and one other newcomer that seems to be in a role of pinch running, has 2 stolen bases, is Maya Bland. Just another one to mention. That could be the role this year. Maybe a lead on the base pads and other things. But
That's
yeah,
what it's really looking like for Bland. There's just so many bats. It's hard to make your way into that rotation with Ella Parker, Cassidy Pickering being the 2 freshmen. But Maya Bland's been great on the base path, doing everything you need of a pitch runner, getting some stolen bases, moving runners into scoring position. So just an impressive weekend for her as well.
Yeah, I think overwhelmingly in the Mary Nutter Classic, though, Sooner Surge will say that the newcomer of the week is Ella Parker.
We might not be the only people giving her that title.
Yeah.
Later on Monday, you might be seeing some national newcomer of the weeks coming in. 7 for 15 with 2 bombs, 7 RBIs, a double, 2 stolen bases. It's a great weekend at a big stage of college softball.
Oh, yeah. And there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching our content on Sooner Softball. I promise you there'll be many more and much more content, videos and content coming your way as the Sooners look to extend that record winning streak to 68 games, this time at a new venue, Loves Field, Friday, March 1st. Can't wait. So thanks again for watching the videos. Make sure you're subscribing to our channel if you haven't. We'll see you next time. Boomer.
Sooner.